Hello, this is Edith Neumeyer, and I am the author of the book, The Mystery of Adam. Well, I want to continue my studies on Revelation, but I want to just inform you about my new Facebook page. It's called The Mysteries and the Conspiracies of the Bible. And it will give me a chance to post not only my videos, but also videos that I find on YouTube that are just really good. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I didn't want to use my personal Facebook page for this. So now I am on Facebook, and you can interact there, with me or with other people on related topics. So today I'm going to discuss or study Revelation 17. And that's a really interesting chapter, and it goes into actually chapter 18. It's about Babylon the Great and the prostitute that sits on the beast. Now, this is the same entity, I believe. Okay? Please tell me if you think differently. But it is really, for me, it's the same thing. The rider and the beast are kind of the same system. I see more the beast as I've already said, like papacy, the system, and on this system, all the people that are riding. Like, for instance, the popes, the priests, the bishops, all the people that are involved to keep this system going. That's who I saw as this prostitute that is riding on the beast. And basically, it's the church. A woman is always symbolizing the church. Like, for instance, the church of Christ, of course, is what? Symbolized by a woman. So is this false church, because we're talking about the beast is really the false, the system that keeps the false church going. And so the prostitute on top of it are the people that make it possible for this beast to even function. Okay? And the reason why I kind of think that is because who is slaying these saints? Well, it is the beast, but who gets drunk? The prostitute. And we'll read that in verse 6. I saw the woman was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus. Okay? So the woman was drunk with the blood. Does not mean she necessarily killed them. She, of course, was instrumental in killing them. And if you think about the Inquisition, I mean, these monks and whoever did this Inquisition and tortured these saints, they must have been drunk. I mean, nobody in this world can do what they did, burn people alive and all these things they did. I cannot imagine anybody doing that without being drunk. And drunk means that when you're drunk, you don't know what you're doing. Okay? So, yeah, it's very possible. It took me a while to really think about that. It puzzled me for a long time, this mystery about the beast and the woman sitting on it. But I believe it's the very same system. Okay, the prostitute could not exist without the beast, And I also believe the beast cannot exist without the prostitute. So they're all one. So, and here we're going into the punishment, into detail, into the punishment of this beast out of the sea. Okay, so again, think about where would you put this. This is now, of course, at the end of the wrath of God, and we have already seen in the previous chapter that Babylon, or the beast is being punished by God. So you can go back to either 16 or 15 where it actually says that. So now we're seeing, of course, in detail how this beast is being punished. Okay, we see a little bit a better description of this beast as well. I mean, it really describes, of course, the woman, but these things can also be applied to the beast because the woman is using the beast. Okay, come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits by many waters. Okay, that is the beast. With her, the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries. That is very much describing the Roman Catholic Church, the papacy, the Pope, the whole system. Then the angel carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. There I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns. And who is that? That's that beast. Okay, it's the same beast that came out of the sea. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet. Who is dressed in scarlet and purple? The bishops and the priests of the Catholic Church. Okay, they are dressed in purple and scarlet, and was glittering with gold and precious stones and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and filth of her adulteries. And the name written on her forehead was a mystery: Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes or harlots, and of the abomination of the earth. Okay, they committed abomination. Okay, and then we see in 6, and I saw that the woman was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus. Then I saw her, I was greatly astonished. Then the angel said to me, "Why are you astonished? I will explain to you the mystery of the woman and the beast she's riding, or she rides." Okay, understand? The woman is riding the beast. If you ride the beast, you stir the beast. Okay, the beast is not going where, the beast is going where the prostitute says or the rider says. So the woman on top is stirring where the beast is going. It is a system, but the woman on top, the people that are actually making this system work, are the ones that stirring it in the right direction. But it's the same thing, okay? So this beast that came out, you know who that is, okay? Will come out of the abyss and go to its destruction. Inhabitants of the earth, whose name have not been written in the book of life from the creation of the world, will be astonished when they see the beast, because it once was, now is not, and yet will come. Okay, that's a description that was given to the beast earlier. So we're talking here again the destruction of the beast, but also, of course, of the woman on top of it, who's stirring the beast. This calls for a mind with wisdom. Okay, so now he's telling you who this beast is, which the woman sits on, 7 heads, 7 hills, which Vatican is sitting on 7 hills. Okay, it's built on 7 hills. There are also 7 kings. 5 has fallen, 1 is, the other has not yet come. But when he comes, he must remain for only a little while. I cannot give you details on that. There's people that actually can. And if you want to research it, you can do that. I think there's people out there that are actually familiar with these kings, and they have an explanation for it. The beast who once was and now is not is an 8th king, and he belongs to the 7 and is going to his destruction. He is talking about the beast here again. Okay, so he's going back and forth between the harlot, the woman, and the beast. But they're the same thing. Okay, they're one, and well, you can't say the the rider and the beast and the whoever they're riding is the same, but yes, yet they are. They have to go in unison, or else, can you imagine a horse and a rider on it? They have to go in unison. The 10 horns you saw are 10 kings. Oh, I already said that. Okay. And then it says, so these kings will give power and authority to the beast. They have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. Okay? So the kings also are supporting this beast. They will wage war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will triumph over them because he is Lord of lords and Kings of kings. And with him will be his called, chosen, and faithful followers. So they will wage war against the Lamb. We were talking about already the war of Armageddon. This is when they wage war against the king. They think they do, okay? They have waged war against the Lamb since the beginning, because when they destroy the king's bride, then they are also destroying, of course, the king. So they have been waging war against this king for a long time. I mean, against the Lamb for a long time. Then the angel said to me, the waters you saw where the prostitutes said are people, multitudes, nations, and languages. The beast and the 10 horns you saw will hate the prostitute. So eventually, the people will hate the prostitute. Okay? They will bring her to ruin and leave her naked. They will eat her flesh and burn her with fire, for God has put it into their hearts to accomplish his purpose by agreeing to hand over the beast, their royal and their beast over the beast, their royal authority, until God's words are fulfilled. The woman you saw is the great city that rules over the kings of the earth. So think about a city that rules over the kings of the earth. Now, we don't see that as much today as we did, again, before Napoleon tried to destroy the Roman Catholic Church. So think about Napoleon. Before Napoleon, who ruled over the kings of the earth? It was the Roman Catholic Church. They decided exactly what's going to happen. Okay? And, of course, Napoleon came in there and tried to destroy this beast. And, of course, the whore on it, which I say is the clergy. Okay? So he was trying to do that, but he was not successful. The Roman Catholic Church recovered. And so now we have still a Roman Catholic Church, but I guess they are just more careful. Also, they are having the New World Order to support, her right now. But again, it says here at the end, the people will go against her. And I have seen visions of people who actually say that this will happen, that the Roman Catholic Church again will be destroyed, and that the Vatican will burn, and the Pope will have to flee. Okay? Now again, these are worldly, they're not Christian seers, but it does not mean that they don't see in the future and see what may go on. Okay? So again, in 18, it continues. So it's 2 chapters long where we can see the fall of Babylon the Great. Again, I believe this fall of Babylon the Great is the whole thing. Okay, this is the beast and the harlot. After this, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, and that's chapter 18. He had great authority, and the earth was illuminated by his splendor. With a mighty voice he shouted, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a dwelling of demons and a haunt for every impure spirit, a haunt for every unclean bird, a haunt for every unclean, detestable animal, for all the nations have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. The kings of the earth committed adultery with her, and the merchants of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries." Okay, that was absolutely the case during that time, before Napoleon. And still today, the kings of the earth commit adultery with her. They still bow down to her. They still go to the Vatican and bow down to the Pope. The Pope right now is in the process of bringing back all evangelical churches. He has started with the Lutheran Church. He has already proclaimed there's no more need for the Lutherans to be away from the Catholic Church. And he says, well, we now believe that everybody is saved through faith, so there's no more need for the Reformation. The Lutherans now can come back to Mother Church. Okay? And the Pope has worked very hard to bring back all the evangelicals. Now, why is he bringing back the evangelicals? He thinks they're his children, and they're supposed to be coming back to Mother Church. Okay? Why is that? Because maybe the Reformed churches have not totally disconnected, from the church. That's very, very possible. Okay? But today, many churches, evangelical churches, are again kissing up to the Pope. That's what I call it, kissing up to the Pope. So they're going back again to Mother Church, which is the Roman Catholic Church. So pretty soon we have less and less true believers. And that is maybe what we're having as we're getting closer to the total end. Okay? That's exactly what we're going to have. Once the church is raptured, the true believers are raptured, what we have left is the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? That's what we're having left, is the Roman Catholic Church. So, and then we have in the same thing again. The Roman Catholic Church is in charge of everything. Okay? Now we're going to verse 4. Then I heard another voice from heaven say, "Come out of her, my people." Are you hearing that? Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive any of her plagues. For her sins are piled up to heaven, and God has remembered her crimes. Give back to her as she has given. Pay her back double for what she has done. Can you imagine paying her double for what she has done? Pour her double portion from her own cup. What cup? The cup of blood she is drinking. Okay? What does it say? Double portion? In her heart she boasts, I sit enthroned as a queen. I'm not a widow. I will never mourn. Therefore, in one day her plagues will overtake her, death, mourning, and famine. She will be consumed by fire. Okay, here it is. That's what I'm hearing. That she will be burned. Vatican will be burned. Okay, and the priests and the bishops will be killed. For mighty is the Lord God who judges her. But don't forget what it says. Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins. How can we come out of the Catholic Church? Okay, now people say, well, I'm not in the Catholic Church. I attend a Baptist church. Well, think about it. How, again, are you connected still to the Catholic Church? Why does the Catholic Church still think that they are the mother? Okay? And why are they still saying, come back, little children? Because the Reformation was not complete. Okay? Reformation was not complete. We did not totally start from scratch and say everything away. Everything. Okay? Everything. I have already mentioned the things that are still tying us to the Catholic Church, and there are many. And one of the things is Christmas. One of the things is Christmas. Okay, I have said that over and over again. I made one video just specifically, about Christmas. But I have also made other videos. Now, here is a book that I want to really recommend, and it's called Pagan Christianity. And I will get it right now to show you if I can find it. Well, I have looked, but I cannot find it anywhere. I think maybe I gave it to somebody. But it's by Frank Viola. Frank Viola. Look up that book, Pagan Christianity. And that will tell you very clearly, yes, clearly, you can see in that book what kind of traditions come out of the Roman Catholic Church. What kind of traditions that the reformers never reformed or put away. So, I already said it has to do with Christmas, the day of worship Sunday, the way we're worshiping, the hierarchy. I mean, so many things. So when the Bible here tells you, come out of her, my people, that's what, they're talking about. You cannot have part of that system, of that Roman Catholic system. And you cannot go back and say, oh, we all going to be now friends and, we all brothers and sisters. You have to research. You have to research the system. I have done a lot of research on the history. Over the years, I have done lots of research. I was raised Catholic, so I know quite a lot about the Catholic Church. I went through all the rituals, of the Catholic Church. Matter of fact, I was baptized. And just recently, I found out that once you're baptized in the Catholic Church, you're always baptized in the Catholic Church, and you're always a Catholic. And I know I have to change that. That is something now I know that I need to correct. And I talked to my mom about it, and of course she's still Catholic, and she almost flipped out. But there's things that I have to get in order myself. So I am absolutely not tied to the Catholic Church at all. Okay? So it says, come out of her, my people. That means we have to really examine everything we are doing. Okay? All the traditional things we're doing in church, we have to examine, including the building, because they are all still related to the Roman Catholic Church. that messed everything up. We know that the Roman Catholic Church has messed up our doctrines very much. I bring it up all the time when we talk about the end times. The Roman Catholic Church has changed the way we look at the Antichrist and this word Great Tribulation. Okay? It's all false. But read this again. What does it say? You will get double. Don't be part of this stuff that the Roman Catholic Church gets double. You know what? If you get double of the torture that they have given to the saints, that is horrible. Nobody can tolerate that. So, verse 9, when the kings of the earth who committed adultery with her shared her luxury, see the smoke of her burning, they will weep and mourn over her, terrified at her torment, and they will stand far off and cry. Okay? Woe, woe, woe to you, great city, you mighty city, Babylon. In 1 hour, your doom has come. So at one point, the great city, Babylon, the beast, will fall. Okay? And that will be at the end. And I don't know exactly, when. You can think about when this will happen. I don't know for sure. Will it happen during the wrath of God, which I think it does, okay? Because this is talking about the wrath of God. And so the wrath of God is being poured out now on the beast. And that's probably when it will happen. So we, the church, will not experience that, okay? In verse 11, the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her because no one buys their goods anymore. Cargoes of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple silk, scarlet cloth, every sort of citron wood, and articles of every kind made of ivory, costly wood, bronze, iron, marble, cargoes of cinnamon and spice, of incense, myrrh, and frankincense, of wine and olive oil, of fine flour and wheat, cattle, sheep, horses, carriages, and human beings sold as slaves. Okay? So, again, all these things happened on the height of the Roman Catholic Church, of the height of papacy. Okay? Now, all this doesn't happen. They don't have human slaves anymore, but they used to. But here's an interesting frankincense. What does the Roman Catholic Church use? Think about anybody else, any other empires or kingdoms. Do they use frankincense? No. Who uses frankincense? The Roman Catholic Church. They use frankincense. This is their most important thing. Okay, frankincense. Here says myrrh and frankincense. Those are holy things. The wise men had those. Myrrh, frankincense, gold, myrrh, and frankincense. Okay? So, again, continue to read because it tells you, exactly what is going to happen. Now, my time is almost up. And again, read this description all the way to the end. The saints are happy about it because in heaven, verse 20 days, rejoice over her, you heavens, rejoice, you people of God, rejoice, apostles, prophets, for God has judged her with the judgment she imposed on you. Okay? Okay, and it says here in 19, woe, I think I already read that. Great city, where all who had ships on the sea became rich through her wealth. In 1 hour she has become brought to ruin. And then it says, rejoice over her, you heavens, rejoice. Okay. And it says in 21, with such violence, the great city of Babylon will be thrown down, never to be found again. The music of harpists and musicians, pipers, trumpets will never be heard in you again. Okay? So she will be totally, totally, utterly destroyed. Because it says at the end, in her was found the blood of prophets, of God's holy people, of all who have been slain or slaughtered on the earth. Okay? And the Roman Catholic Church slaughtered a lot of people. Okay? Lots of people. You either, every time one of these countries, like for instance, England or Spain went and conquered any countries, for instance, the Americas or in India or anywhere, the first thing they did, they converted these people, these native people, to Christianity. And if they didn't, they killed them. Okay? So everybody was killed. That's why they're saying that. And if somebody does not see where this is talking about the Roman Catholic Church, yes, I understand. The Roman Catholic Church is not doing that today. Okay? I understand that. But they did it in the past. And this church has been around. So you cannot see Revelation as what's going to happen somewhere at the end. It is not going. It has been happening. And this beast and the whore, they have been around for a long time. They have been around really since, I believe, around 500 when papacy took over. There was a time, when Christians, well, it's actually, there was never a time when true Christians were not persecuted by the Catholic Church. Constantine, right away, got rid of the people, heretic, Christians. So heresy was called out right away from the beginning. Anybody who did not go along with what the Catholic Church, and at first Constantine was over that, as said, was put to death. Okay, so yeah, most people went along, but the ones that didn't, they were toast. So I will finish up today. Read, these things again and really think about it. Do some research about the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, and you will find out it is definitely, this is definitely talking about the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, well, I will finish up for today, and let the Holy Spirit guide you. And again, look up my Facebook page called The Mysteries and Conspiracies of the Bible, and sign up.